Welcome to game number 2 here of the round of 8 between SavioRCraft, our now blue Terran, and his opponent, the pretty pink Protoss, here spawning on the right side of Lost Temple. This is again the round of 8. This is going to be a best of 3, and this is game number 2, as I stated. I am Simpatico, and my intros keep getting more and more awkward.
And I am Zelsum, and my brain keeps getting more and more dead.
Yeah, been a long couple of days for all of us. But glad to be
And
casting here. Very, very happy to be casting for you guys. Sorry, you were gonna say something? I think I interrupted you.
I don't remember.
Zeltum's brain is fried.
Oh my god, you have no that's that's what happens. All right, you go a bunch of days without any real decent amounts of sleep and without any food, and your brain just starts going, "Fuck this, man! I quit.
Yeah.
I cannot work under these conditions any longer."
Your brain is like workers in the United States during in the 1800s during the Industrial Revolution before there were unions. They're overworked and underpaid. You gotta pay your brain cells, man. Eat some carrots. Good for your eyes. Some
Yeah,
fish, which is good for your brain. So you want to eat a lot of fish. Do you like fish? Are you a fish person?
really.
You don't like fish? Fish
I
is
hated
delicious.
fish for the longest time, and when I was in Madrid, I ate some fish that was so amazing, and then I was like, oh man, maybe I don't hate fish so much. And then I went back, and I was like, oh, I kind of do still hate fish.
Yeah, well, you're eating fish in Madrid.
Yeah,
It's
it wasn't really
very
an accurate representation.
yeah. It's
It was
compared
good.
to. Did you know that people think that they're buying fish from the market and it's fresh and everything. Did you know that it's not fresh if it smells? If fish smells at all, if fish has a scent, it's not fresh. Fresh fish has no smell whatsoever. Interesting tidbit there. Um, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think SavioRCraft. I keep wanting to call him Savior StarCraft. He is the second coming of StarCraft. Um,
Second coming
I
of
think
Savior.
yeah, of the Savior. I think SavioRCraft is going to be
No, no,
more
no, no,
diligent
no. Of Savior.
of Savior of saving stuff.
Did you not watch Brood War? Savior from Brood War.
No, I didn't watch Brood War. It's one of my many
Oh,
flaws.
never mind.
It's one of the many things I'm embarrassed about. But look how diligently he's scouting this game. Actually, never mind. I saw that Marine being scouting a little bit more. Guess he didn't. Wanted to make sure there wasn't any probe being hidden back there. I think he's going to be more diligent with not being caught off guard by Dark Templar, because he was definitely in the lead last time, hugely in the lead by denying that expansion, and that was all given away by those Dark Templars. And
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna get
hint
caught
of
by that again.
panic.
Hmm.
Hint of panic in JackBauer's play last game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he
Uh,
did lose like 20 SCVs, so
yeah.
that is definitely something to panic about.
Well, I mean, what characterizes some of the best players is, calm under those situations. Because
Mm.
you saw he way overreacted. He built a really fast Twilight Council, extra gateways that he couldn't use because his expansion was going up and he wasn't spotting. And then he just kept pumping gateway units, and then it tanked really fast to Dark Templar. He almost, I saw him start to put down Robo Bay, but then stop. He was kind of all over the place, definitely panicking a lot. In a situation like that, it's really important to just sort of like, even though it's gonna cut down on you constantly doing things, it's important to just kind of take a deep breath, be patient, and react cognitively and aware, and think about what the best way to handle that situation is. Because honestly, I think if he had just taken a few seconds out to just sort of think about what he could have done best in that situation, he could have reacted better than with fast Dark Templar.
That's such a good point because let's say, for example, a lot of people do this. Like, I just need to do something, even if it's wrong. That's actually very incorrect. In most cases, anyway, like 99% of cases. But if he took the time to sit back, think about what he wants to do for a couple seconds, how best to react, that few seconds will benefit him a lot more in the long run than doing a whole bunch of overcommitments and not like you said, thinking cognitively. So yeah, and like you said, some of the best players are characterized, whatever, by that calmness, that ability. But it also comes with just playing a lot of games.
Well, yeah, but especially look at a player like Jinro or MVP. These Terran players, Terran especially is a race that requires a lot of patience. You'll see maybe a Code A player take a bunch of tanks and move them into the front and then siege them all, and then he'll be moving his tanks and then someone will intercept the tanks while he's on siege and then he'll die.
Yeah.
But you see players like IMVP and like with Jinro, siege up, unsiege 2, re-siege, unsiege 2, re-siege, and it takes like a minute and a half to get to the opponent's base, but that patience pays off. And that kind of patience, it's not just in army movements. It's in your decision making in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that in the Jinro versus Hydra show match. I think it was on Terminus, that really big metally Delta Quadrant-y looking map there. I think it was the last game actually, where Jinro was actually quite far behind, and he pulled out a win just because of his slow, like agonizingly slow push across the map with those tanks, with such an amazing spread. It was almost painful to watch because you're just like, oh, I want you to attack and kill, but that slow, painful, methodical, well thought out play is just so beautiful.
White Raw is another example of that. Really methodical, really well thought out, well timed, smooth play. And he's so calm under dire situations. I've never seen White Raw's average APM go over like 120 or 130.
Yeah, because it's just not needed most of the time.
Compared to like Korean pro gamers, like especially ex-pro Brood War players, it's just a matter of they have like 350, 400 APM. White Raw's comfortably at 100, 120, and very very slowly reacts to things. If there's something that he needs to change, he very calmly places the one building that he needs.
Yeah.
And force fields in the meantime. Also, another thing you can see is in force fields. You can usually see who's being more calm and who's not, because you'll see the force fields go or.
So we do have a second Colossus on the way out now. Just getting back to this game, extended thermal lance, just about finished. Yeah, sometimes guys, it's kind of hard to talk about a whole lot of nothing. It's kind of sometimes it turns out to just be a race to 200.
Yeah,
not a whole lot to talk about.
here's the game so far. Terran has barracks, a factory, and a starport, and is going Marine Marauder Viking. Protoss has some gateway units, some sentries, is getting upgrades, and has Colossi. The end.
Yep. So now we finally have JackBauer going to be pushing out a little bit. 3 sentries and a handful of stalkers. Looks like he's just going to be taking that Zelnaga watchtower, get some vision, and yeah, both players are kind of just. Again, it's kind of just a race to 200. And did SavioRCraft see these Colossus? He does know that the RoboBay robotics facility is out. Excuse me. He does not know about the robotics base, so he actually has no idea that there's Colossus on the way. So he is blind countering them, I do believe, unless that Marine saw one of those Colossus or something. I don't think so. No, it didn't, because it got killed on the way into the natural there. But so I don't know why he went for the Vikings, but it's a good thing he did, because it does look like more and more Colossus are on the way. We have 3 out now, and once they start to reach these numbers, 3, 4, 5, especially 4 and 5 Colossus, they really hit that critical mass, and they just tear through Terran bio.
4 and 5
yeah,
the big numbers, and 6 is a little bit excessive, but you really need like 12, 14 Vikings to be able to deal with those kinds of Colossi numbers before you just lose your whole ground army to them.
So both players kind of just positioning here. SavioRCraft sending out a Marine at a time. I like that play. Not much. You get some information. He knew the attack was coming.
Looks like JackBauer's gonna start pushing in, and Savior goes for the.
Oh.
Nope. Stims takes a couple pot shots and runs off, putting his Vikings right into the front. Going right for those Colossi, not necessarily the most intelligent way to use those Colossi. It is very dangerous with that many stalkers in the way, and in the meantime, these tiny Marine Marauder numbers are getting pretty destroyed. What happened to those Colossi? Did they already die?
Yeah, Colossus are all dead to the Vikings. He lands the last couple of them to take care of these
Target
stalkers.
fire those Vikings.
Yeah, especially if you're going to keep going Colossus. Neither player has a third expansion just yet. I think it's going to start to get to the point very, very soon, if it hasn't already, to start planting one down. And there we go. Command Center going down for a Savior. JackBauer has 1,400 minerals. Stopped macroing during that battle. He'll probably want to... sorry, I got the hiccups there a little bit. He'll probably want to drop a Nexus pretty soon as well, because this is starting to go in. It's going to be going into the late game, unless someone can do something pretty quickly. But I don't think they can. Although SavioRCraft is about 30 food ahead or so, but I don't think he feels it. Don't think he knows it. And even then, I don't think he could make a kill push right now anyway. So good idea for him to start expanding.
Yeah, both players needed to have expanded a little while ago, actually.
Yeah.
Thirds are coming up quite late, and it looks like SavioRCraft is getting ready to push in and do the killing blow, and I think this might be the killing blow. There are quite a few Vikings out left, quite a few being 3. And one Colossus is out again from JackBauer, but not having target fire those Vikings with his stalkers makes his new Colossi quite vulnerable. He does not have charge. He does have blink. He's going to be really hesitant to push out, but here's going to go anyway. EMPs are down on the sentries, and that means half these stalkers have no shields. The sentries are completely useless. Those 5 Vikings now kill that one Colossus, no problem. And now SavioRCraft is just a matter of pushing in, sniping some zealots, and this is going to be it, I think, for JackBauer.
This is going to be game. This one Colossus is rallied out. It's going to go down in the blink of an eye. Yeah, this is pretty much game for JackBauer. JackBauer obviously has competed in ASCWeeklies before, and hopefully we'll see him again. It's he always gives us some entertaining games. And there we go. GG from JackBauer. Thank you for playing, and hope to see you next week. Guys, thanks for watching the VOD. We appreciate it. We're going to be going into the round of 4 now, which is also going to be a best of 3, and then of course the finals are a best of 5. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'd appreciate it if you also go over to ASCWeekly.com. There's plenty of stuff for you guys to do there. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, which we highly encourage. Get all the updates and what's going on with the tournament. Also, we have some announcements coming up pretty soon. Masters Division and stuff like that. Maybe some stuff on the weekend that we're trying to sort out. So stay tuned for that, guys. Also, tonight is a $10 prize pool. But don't skip ahead to the finals. Go watch the round of 4 first, and then go watch the and then go watch the finals. So thanks again for watching, guys. We will see you in the next VOD.